Well, hi there again. This is a couple of days after I started. I germinated some sweet peas. I did snow peas, broccoli, and these need to go in the ground like pronto. So please subscribe, thumbs up. You can see how they germinated in just a few days. So I know exactly what's going to come up now. So I'm going to put these in the ground real quick. Well, hello there again. I thought I'd share something that I thought was pretty cool when I accidentally when it happened accidentally. So when I would plant my snow peas and my regular peas, I'll put them in the ground and hope for the best. I put one here, one there, and I'd get this spotted, spotted coming up. So what I did was I thought, because I was thinking about the broccoli, because I grow broccoli sprouts. So I thought, So I took my dried peas and snow peas. You can see which ones are different here. There's a green for the peas and white or typically snow peas. I mean, that's what I've experienced anyway. I guess it could vary. And so what I did is this was last year, I let them soak overnight. And then I did them like the broccoli microgreens. I rinsed them with some warm water. Next day, drained it out, and in a couple of days, I started seeing little sprouts coming out of my snow peas. Now, just because they don't float doesn't mean they're going to grow. Now, typically, if they float, they're a no-go, right? Yeah, but even the ones that don't float, I've noticed quite a few don't come up. I mean, if they sink, probably about 80%, I get them to germinate right around there. If they sink, that means the DNA is still viable, right? So, for you folks who first time you've seen this, you don't know about microgreens growing broccoli microgreens. So the process is quite simple. What I do is I just get a mason jar. It can be any size of mason jar. It doesn't matter. I just like to use these for seeds and stuff to get them started. I also do these for my microgreens for broccoli. I use the small jars because what you can do what's called stagger Lee. Because he told Billy, I can't help myself. And so you put them in some warm water about 90 degrees, and you let that initially, and then you let them set overnight. Don't put them in any bright light, no sunlight or anything like that. It'll dry them out. So once you drain them out the first time. The trick here is to not give them any direct sunlight, right? So keep them out of direct sunlight. So here I've got my broccoli. So those are you can see they're starting to open up. I accidentally left them in the front of a little heater the first night, and it dried them out. So it's kind of like I had to start over. Don't do that. So basically the process is the same as microgreens, and you can do this with radishes. Oh, there's so many. You can Google it, right? See all the different kinds of microgreens you can grow. I wouldn't do it with these or tomato seeds. That's not good. And so what I'll do is something else in there. So what I'll do is I'll drain these out in the morning. I put these in this morning, and they're still a little wrinkly. I want them to be plump, and then I'll drain them out with this screen. You can see the screen here. I got a little screen just from your window. It's a mesh cloth, right? Very simple. Now with this here, if you do it this way and you use the screens from your window, extra screen, you want to take these out and rinse them out, because the bacteria will grow in that ring, right? Bacteria grows everywhere. Give it a little moisture, it takes off. So don't give it to it. Don't let it sit there. So I take those off and rinse them really good, get the bacteria out. Otherwise the bacteria sit there and grow, and as it dies, it'll leave like a rust looking color. So don't want that. It'll stain your ring. And so in the morning you rinse it with some water, about 90 degrees water, heat it in the microwave. I use this little inspector here, gadget, and it works very good. And it'll tell me that I'm around 90. And then towards the evening, I'll rinse it again at 90 degrees water, 90 degree water, and I'll keep doing that until I start seeing sprouting. So the ones that sprout, snow peas that sprout, I'll take that one out. I already got a place prep for it. I got a video that's ongoing about that process, and I'll start plugging them in the ground. And I know that one's likely going to come up where whatever one I put wherever I want it to go and come up in that area, because I'm putting mesh up. You know, it's like, you know, you do all this prep for snow peas to come up, and then you're going, wow, nothing came up, I got to do it again. So there you go. Really simple process. You just got to stick with it. And please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, and it helps a lot. This is a baby channel. It can only grow if you feed me. Feed me. What was that name? Horror Picture Show or something? I don't know. Forget. And so, really simple. And you plant them about an inch. I plant mine about an inch down. They seem to do pretty good when I just take a. You can take a marker. I just take a marker or something like that. Poke a little hole. Put it in there. Marker, pump, 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 black felt marker, the end of it, you know. And that's how I plant mine. And that's it. And I'll make some more videos of the process. So if you want to subscribe, stick with the channel, you'll see how these get planted, where they get planted, the environment that I'm planting them in, that I've prepped for them. And I'll take some videos now and then of their progression. Okay, I'm going to get these in the ground. So it took me a couple of days to germinate these. Sweet peas. Right, sweet peas. How cool is that? So they germinated in just a few days. I find the trick is to get that root to go straight down. Put this kind of thing in here. This is just to let me know where they're growing. It's more of an identification spot. Not only that, but it tells me, I can put a little stick here and it says that's snow peas, that's regular peas. And what I'm doing is I'm raising that soil up also, so that when these strawberry plants start to get bushy, it's not going to overshadow my snow peas and regular peas, and they'll continue to do well. And so what I'll do is I'll be filling this area in with dirt and put my snow peas in there, and I'll show you what I've already done here. So what I did is I got a number of them already going. So it'll look kind of like that. So that'll be like that all the way down. So this section here will be regular peas, and the other section down there where I can find spots will be snow peas. And please subscribe, thumbs up. I got quite a few projects that I do that are just a little peculiar. But what I'm doing is I'm going with what I got. So as I progress here, I'll take little snapshots and let you see the progression, and then when they start to produce or getting close to producing, you know, they're doing their flowers, I'll let you see how they're coming along. And then I'll make a meal with them, and that'll be in the health section.